Shalom family, it's your man Elijah. Thank you for joining me at Sectarian Wisdom as usual. And also as usual, I am a wise, wealthy, rich, celestial being that is loved by the Most High Creator. Let's get it, family. Today, family, we're going to jump right into it. Alright, by popular demand, we're back. We're getting back into the Terra-Infinita maps. And today we're getting into Chapter 6, the lands of Draco. Let me put that, as usual, I'm having issues with getting the screen lined up trying to show you the pictures. But yes, we're getting into the lands of Draco today, Chapter 6. These, family, just to let y'all know, these chapters aren't long. It's only about, 2 pages, literally. So that's why these videos aren't too long if you ever worried. But then again, I know most of you like the short ones. So anyway, let's get into it, family. Let's jump right into it. Chapter 6, the lands of Draco. The Draco, or also excuse me, family, I apologize. Okay, Chapter 6, the lands of Draco. The Draco, or also known as Etamines, it's E-T-A-M-I-N-E-S. The Draco, also known as the Etamines, or Etamines, but I think it's Etamines. The Draco, or also known as the Etamine, are the inhabitants of the Draco lands, northwest of the known lands, crossing the lands of Venus. These beings that once visited our lands are known for their great technological advance in weapons for attack and defense, as well as great psychic development. Some of their beings can communicate telepathically, using this technique to subdue any colonizing enemy or even to colonize other lands. Let me read that again. Some of their beings can communicate telepathically, using this technique to subdue any colonizing enemy or even to colonize other lands. The Etamines, by means of a treaty, achieved a union with the custodians, but at the beginning this was not so. But the custodians attacked their lands when they were not in their most advanced stage, but on the contrary, the Draco lands lack islands, but 2 large continents are found with great vegetation. In fact, the most exotic plants of any other circle environment within the Great Dome exist there. Its great wall of ice was never an impediment to be able to cross other domes and conquer some land. Hold on, let me go back. The Draco lands lack islands, but 2 large continents are found with great vegetation. In fact, the most exotic plants of any other circle environment within the Great Dome exist there. Its great wall of ice was never an impediment to be able to cross other domes and conquer some lands. These walls were left by the custodians when they decided to put an end to the total manipulation of their environment. Did they stop manipulating them? We really wonder. We think not. They started by lands outside the domes, like their nearby land Osiris. They started by lands outside the domes, like their nearby land Osiris. But then they moved their technology to the islands of Anubis. Many of these beings stayed in these paradise islands, but they used their many of the military bases for weapons development. Look, maybe it's because, okay, from what I was reading, this book is actually translated. This book was originally written in Spanish, and this is an English translation. So, family, that's why sometimes when I'm reading it, look, no, I'm not the best reader. If you looked at some other videos, I'm not. But I'm also not the most horrible. I'm decent, and this isn't even hard reading. It's just the way sometimes this stuff is written. In this, I guess because of translation, I had to go back because it's like the way it's coming out. It's like, okay, this doesn't sound right. But anyway, let me go back. I just want to stop and say that for a second. They started by lands outside the domes, like their nearby land Osiris. But then they moved their technology to the islands of Anubis. Many of these beings stayed in these paradise islands, but they used their many of the military bases for weapons development. But they use the many of it says, but they use their many of the military bases for weapons development. Maybe a better way to say, but they use their many military bases for weapons development. But they use their many military bases for weapons development. What happened in the ancient battle between Etemins and Custodians? The Custodians finally won at the beginning, since the Etemines, as we mentioned, had not achieved the progress they have today. But it was not easy, nor did they surrender, since they knew their lands well and are experts in making large tunnels. The Custodians had to use advanced technology to finally achieve victory in those lands and leave their mark on the wall of ice surrounding the dome in that circle environment. The Draco lands were also visited by other races, such as the Anunnaki, and inhabitants of other nearby lands, such as the famous Greys that inhabit the Orion lands. The links with these beings led to the fact that today both races live together in a true fraternity, both in Draco and Orion. The Etemins and Greys can be found together. The Etemines, or the Etemins and Greys, can be found together. The age at which these beings can reach is approximately 192 years, compared to the years of the known Earths. While the Custodians infected their atmosphere and the air they breathe at the time of their attack, as of today they have no diseases, nor any great war being waged, although they are spiteful beings, and it would not be strange if they are planning to colonize other lands, or perhaps a revenge toward the Custodians. But this is all mere speculation. A great flood that still disconcerts its inhabitants was generated at the beginning. A strange wall surrounds its coast. It is technology that they are carrying out. It is said that it is used as radar and that it could attack any enemy that wanted to cross them. The surveillance system of their lands increased in the last time, product of the fear that the great colonizers still have for what could be outside this great dome. It is possible that the Custodians and Anunnaki are very interested in this type of wall to replace the ice walls they create. Family, once again, I've said this before, and I just want to mention this real quick. It is possible that the Custodians and Anunnaki are very interested in this type of wall to replace the ice walls they created. Family, once again, if you go back to, and this kind of all, to me, is kind of coming together. I did a video called, it's called Old. And this ain't just me talking, but through my readings, and I got a download. Look, family, our lands, we're in a petri dish right now. Matter of fact, remember, if you go back to my videos as I was reading about the Custodians, it said that the Custodians are actually over us right now. That they're the enemy behind the scenes. Whether the Custodians are reptilians too, or work with, look, I don't know. But nonetheless, it mentions that our people are basically under control right now. We are in a state of occupation by the Custodians. And I said it even before I was reading this, family. Like I said, if you look at the time dates, I made that video. I got these books after I made this channel. Family, we are in a time warp. We age faster than we should. That ice wall, read it again. It is possible that the Custodians and the Anunnaki are very interested in this type of wall to replace the ice walls they create. They created the ice walls. Family, the ice walls, family, are made, I'm telling you, it's a spell. That ice was put there, look, magic in ways is technology. Whether you want to look at it like that or not. The ice wall is a spell, family. And we are in a time capsule right now. Look at the movie Old. The movie Old is just a smaller version of what's happening on a bigger scale. We're like in a petri dish. They're freaking they're studying us. The ice wall around us, family, in this land is a spell. and we cannot leave it. It keeps us stuck in like a time capsule. Matter of fact, dude, I'll put it in the description. There's a channel called BitChute, right? And the man explains, and some of you probably heard it, that the ice in the crack in the ice at the canal, or there's certain pieces of ice in Antarctica that are usually, when we look at ice, right, we think ice is like, no, not think. Ice is the color white or see-through, right, clear. But there's a certain kind of ice that they call sky ice that is the color of the sky. And the man who explains this ice is that, as actually when the scientists were actually researching the ice, that when they bore holes, tunnels into the ice, right? And they're talking about the ice near the canal, or anyway, that this certain type of ice that is the color of the sky, they say that after they cut into it, right? It's funny, and they were saying that they take pieces of this ice, and if you hold this ice up, like if, for instance, if you take regular ice, which is see-through or white, when it melts, it turns into a puddle of water, right? And it drains off your hand, falls to the ground, it's water. But this sky ice, when it melts, it doesn't turn into water. It's like it evaporates in air. And he also said, the scientists said that when they burrowed a hole into the side of the ice wall, into the sky ice, you know, to I guess to go inside and study it more, they said that they noticed over time that it was like the ice was alive, that it would actually grow back on its own. You know, so I just want to throw that in there, family. I'm telling you, we're in a time capsule. We age faster than we should. Excuse me, family. Then, once again, if you go and you read the Bible, family, look at the times, the years. Look at the time span that our ancestors used to live. They used to live upwards of 1,000 years. And then the Bible says what? It says that, you know, the Creator saw the... it says that God in the Bible saw the evil of man, which I can see because we can be ignorant. But it says that the Creator saw the evil of man and he cut our years down. So, come on, family. All this has to start connecting dots. There is a Creator, family, but there are many gods. And there are many celestial beings. And I've said this, and matter of fact, I remember one time I first heard this in the Bible, and the first time I heard it years ago when I was ignorant, it made me mad. I was like, this woman's crazy. I was talking to this woman. My cousin brought this girl over, and she had said there were 2 gods in the Bible. And I'm not gonna lie, I flipped out. I was like, oh, you're crazy. You going? That's when I was in, you know, still in my, I don't know, my infancy phases of studying. You know, I was real excited about the word and reading it. And I was ignorant. But now I see what she was talking about. Matter of fact, I saw it then. I just didn't want to accept it because in my mind I'm like, blasphemy. This person's crazy. But now I see it. You know, now I see that sometimes I question, is the snake in the Bible Lucifer? Or is the snake actually the Creator? And is actually the being that they call in the Bible God, is he actually Lucifer? Or really neither of them Lucifer? Or you know, like say when they say Satan is actually another word for your ego or adversary. Anybody can be Satan. You can be Satan. You can be your own Satan because you're your worst enemy. And remember, Inky and Lil, you know, once again, I did it before and I still haven't done it. I forget. But I think Inky is the evil brother who was putting our people into slavery. And Lil is representation of the snake in the Garden of Eden who came to Adam and Eve and talked to them and told them, hey, dude is lying. My brother is lying. He's keeping you as slaves. He's doing, you know, experiments on you. You guys can go. Like, we're not gods like we say we are. Well, they are God. Well, they're like, I think they are gods because they're aware of who they are. But they're not, I don't know if they were celestial beings, but they're not the Creator. Family, know that there's a difference between the Creator, celestial beings, and gods. Do your research. But other than that, family, that's about it. I just want to throw that little info. I know this is like regurgitated information, stuff I've said, but I want you guys to listen to what I'm saying. Because I'm not lying, family. I promise you I'm not trying to lie to you. Like this, if you do your research and you start connecting the dots of all the information, family. Anyway, I'm gonna put in the description box, I'm gonna put a link to the video of the man who talks about the sky ice, if anybody's interested. So anyway, family, thank you for watching again, and as usual, I'm a wise, wealthy, rich, celestial being that is loved by the Most High Creator. We got it, family. I'll catch you later. Be blessed.